So to remove the door panel on a Freightliner 114 SD, right here you have two T25 Torx, one here and one here. And then you have four T40 Torx, one here, one here, and one here and one here. And then you have a T27 Torx that's straight back in here. You have to remove that. And then it's just tabs all the way around that you have to pop. And then this, when you get the tabs loose, you just kind of shove this down and it comes right out. And if you're replacing the glass like I did, you are going to end up having to remove this wing window here. There's three T20 Torx. There's one here behind the rubber. There's one here. There's one right here. And then you have two T30 Torx that hold this bar, and it's behind the panel, like right in here somewhere, and then way down here. And you're gonna have to remove that wing window. Then you have to work that rubber, and you're gonna have to work this rubber away from the metal door frame on both sides, because once this is in there and the rubber's in place, this thing is still not going to move. You're still going to think there's more stuff holding it in, but it's just this rubber flap here. Also, you're going to have to pull this rubber here and the rubber up top. You're going to pull that, just have to pull that away so the wing window can move that way. If you want more help and more information, you can continue watching. There wasn't a how-to video on YouTube on how to do this, so I was just kind of learning as I went. All right, so the other night when I was coming home, I got home, parked the truck like always, and had my coat stuffed down between my the tower that runs my hydraulics, you know, for the hoses. Had my coat down in there. This was down in there. Grabbed my coat, flung that into the passenger window. It was like a freak accident. It happens. It's either that or I was having a wild party with some good-looking gals. I can't remember. Get my stories mixed up sometimes. But anyways, I got myself a new piece of glass here, and I've been looking on YouTube. And there's nothing on YouTube about 114 SD. There's nothing online for removing the door panel or the glass on a 114 SD. I did look up, and there is some videos on a Cascadia and a Columbia and stuff like that. We'll see how much it lines up. I'm starting to get some allergies. I don't know if it's from driving around without a window for a couple days or what, but I'll try to keep my voice together here. But being that there's no videos, I didn't see how to remove a door panel, so we're going to kind of explore this together and see what we've come up with. It's getting dark, judging by arm's length. I got one finger worth of daylight left at arm's length. What's that, like 7 minutes? So we'll see how much we can get done. Otherwise, we're going to finish this in the morning. But anyhow, what I see here is I see two Torx screws right here. So we'll start by taking those off, and then we'll try and work ourselves around the panel here and see if we can get it off without breaking anything. No. So I know we got some screws in here. I was thinking that those would be separate, but maybe not. Let's see if we can get them out. Of course, I need a bigger Torx. I'll be right back. Okay, so I searched the 7 seas and walked the 7 plains and 2 deserts, and I found a T30, and it's a little loose in here. And I tried a T27 Torx, and that was too loose. I don't like to use a Torx that's too loose, because you can get away with it once or twice, but every time you use the wrong size Torx, you're gonna continue to make that the screw head bigger, and eventually you will start skipping, and then you're in trouble. Looks like a T30 is gonna work for that one. Most Torx sets go 20, 25, 27, and 30, so maybe getting loosening up a little bit. I'm going to try and take these out up here now. Yeah, she's junk. Dang it. Not a T45. Well, like I said, that 30, it worked for 3 of them, but by the time I got to the 4th one, the head of the bit here stripped out. So I'm gonna try a 40. We'll see. close. I think if I give it a tap, it'll work. That might actually be a T40. Try it on this other one. Oh, looks like it was a T40. Huh. Learn something new every day. These are T25s, and these are T40s. And I'm gonna just put the screws in here and make sure I keep it like this so I know where they're at. I'm just setting things right inside the door here, and where the seat bolts down to the floor in the back, it's kind of squished down the carpet there. So like these screws here, I set down in that. It's just like a little tray. Nothing. It still is not even loosened. It hasn't loosened up at all, this door. Let me see. No, let's get in under there, see if it can move at all, but. This was a spot I really wasn't sure about. I wasn't sure how this panel was secured to the door. Sometimes they use kind of a slot system, and sometimes they just use tabs. So I just kind of worked myself around the panel and tried different techniques that I would use to get different panels off until I figured out that it was just snap tabs that hold it in. I'm getting a little bit of movement over here. This is starting to want to come. Actually, this right here is holding up a lot. This handle here, it's got this big kind of shark fin on the bottom, and it is actually actively hitting this right here, and I don't know. Looks like that's rubber. Sometimes you can sneak a screwdriver back in on this side, take that off. So there is, right here, you can't see, but right on the other side here, not up here, not down here, straight back in from here with the handle pulled. Now it would be down in here. You can see a torque sitting in there. So hopefully it's 27. I'm going to pull this rubber gummy off of here, or whatever you would call it, grommet. And I don't remember. We'll just remember that the handle hole is down in the resting position. Now I can see right back in there and see that Torx. Maybe I can get you guys in here for some of this action. See that Torx right there? I've seen a lot of broken handles on Freightliners, so be careful with this handle. There you go. That's what you're working with, T27. Oh. For your window switch right here, it's pretty easy. I'll see if I can get it on this phone here. As you can see here, you're just going to push in on this one and this one, and then pull down. You might have to wiggle it a bit. Just wiggle it a bit, that's off. This I'm still not sure about. Oh, look. So that knob is going to come out of there without a special tool. Well, oh, so this did just come right out of here. We have these kind of a tab thing, and I'm betting those go all the way down around the door. Looks like something is holding them in, just like that. So I just reached my hand down in here just to kind of push out a little bit just to see, and then the whole panel popped right off. You got this vent right here. This is your defrosters, and because the window broke and there was glass going over it, I bet this is full, and this is the hole where it comes out. Here, this square little hole looks kind of nice and fun. That's where the air comes out and goes into this here. So you may want to shake this and see if there's any glass in it, just like that. There was one piece left in there. So set this somewhere it's not going to get hurt. This might be easier than I thought. I was a little bit worried on some of these. You have to actually take out your wing window, put the glass in, then you can put your wing window back in. It can be a pain in the butt. But right here I just see two Torx. They thread into this back piece here. As you can see, there's no nut there. We should just be able to take that off. And then whatever these are, I don't know. New window didn't come with anything on the bottom. Like most glass comes with a hole or something you can put something through, but there's nothing on this new glass. So I'll be curious to see what we find. So T30 is really tight. Like I said, if you feel any movement in these Torx, there's probably the wrong one. Oh. So you can see here, there's like a piece of leather here. So you can see here, there's like a piece of leather here. And I don't know, it's not just wanting to come right off, and I don't want to pry anything. But I am gonna stick this in here. Just wiggle, just a little. So this is like a 2-piece with a heel. This back metal piece looks like. So it comes just out just like that. Just gonna pull that off. Now this one here, it actually came with. This is that piece of leather I was telling you about. It's either leather or cork. I think it might be cork. So this was glued right here. I'm just gonna smack this glass with a knife here and see if I can get it to break out. Should probably be wearing safety glasses when you do this. So here you can see I got most of that out of there just by breaking that glass out. Take my knife like this and just kind of, I'm not gonna do it right up here because it'll be going right in my eyes, but I'm just gonna scratch it like this. Like you see, I'm not wearing safety glasses, so I'm gonna kind of go like this away so anything won't shoot that way. Now we gotta do that to the other side. And this kind of fits up in that metal the same way. There's like a groove in the top. This one here came out much easier. I think there is some kind of a little adhesive in here. It's not much. And you don't need much. You just have to keep that glass straight. But it looks like there was a little adhesive. It was almost like envelope adhesive. No way. I think that's envelope adhesive. That's what it tastes like. Now we have to clean out the track. The glass just shattered all at once. It doesn't break like in pieces. It just goes, and that's it. And so you're gonna have little pieces in the track here all the way up. So I do have a flathead here. I'm just gonna go up the track and knock out any glass that stayed. See there a little bit down here. The window was up when it broke, so there shouldn't be too much down in the lower track. If you look at the glass here, it's rounded on one side and it's square on the other. So if you look here, your door's square right here and it's round over there. And then you have this little cutout here. And you can't see, but down there the door kind of goes down at an angle. We'll see if we can do this without removing the wing window. I don't think I'm gonna be able to. I think we're gonna have to remove the wing window. So to loosen up this wing window, this one here and this guy up here, I think those are gonna be 30s. Let's see. Thinking that this rubber strip might have to do with this. We'll see. So this rubber strip does disconnect right here. It just popped out from underneath right here. Now I'm thinking that maybe if we follow this around, we might find another screw holding this in. Okay, so there is like a little Torx holding it in right here. Anything else? Yeah. Guess what I'm trying to say is that's it for tonight. Just can't see anything. I'm gonna make a big mistake and end up breaking that glass. Got this piece of Gorilla Tape. I think what I'm gonna do is stick all the little tools that I want to keep for in the morning, stick them to this. 3 of them here. They're T20 Torx here, here, and here. You're gonna have to remove this upper rubber strip also, like I removed the lower rubber strip. You just have to move it out of the way a little bit. You're also gonna have to work the rubber that goes down around the wing window off of the window frame itself to get this wing window to break free. So we got this cork thing here. I'm gonna put just a little blob of silicone right here and right here. See these 2 feet here go in these holes here. And then this part of the cork goes in up here. put the clips in, the cork in, and then I put the Torx in just finger tight, just to create a cradle for the glass to sit down in. I'm not going to tighten these yet. I'm going to get the wing window back in. Again, right here, I'm working the rubber on that wing window all the way around the outside lip and the inside lip. It doesn't want to go just right into that slot there. I'm going to get the screws back in for the wing window first. I put all the screws in finger tight first, and then I went around and tightened everything. And then once I got the glass in, I loosened everything back up once the window was all the way up, and then re-tightened it. That way the track could kind of settle in where it needs to for the glass, because it was a little tight going up and down. Should probably use black silicone. I don't have any. I just have this blue stuff that's left over from when I did the rear end on my pickup. I put some of that in right here in the gap there. It used to be some kind of a sealant there. Put some on the outside too. You can also put a little bit right here. Probably don't want to tighten these too much. Wiggle everything, make sure it's tight. I'm gonna put just a little bit of blue silicone around this edge, just in a couple spots, just to hold it. But first, let's see if it works all the way. Actually, one thing I forgot to do is vacuum this door out. I gotta go do that. Maybe get a vacuum. I noticed that the window's a little tough going up and down. Before I tighten this up, I'm gonna loosen up, make it the window all the way up like it is. I'm gonna loosen these screws up and then tighten them back up. Hopefully they'll settle in a little bit better that way. Yeah, it kicked right over when I did that. I really didn't show the blue tabs that pop into the holes. They're just like kind of a standard door tab. You want to make sure they're lined up before you shove this door panel in like this so you don't break them. This is kind of a goofy camera angle. I'm just putting the two T25 Torx back in on the inside here. Take extra caution when you're putting this door handle back on. It's made out of plastic. I've seen these strip out. I've seen metal handles welded on because they've broken. It is made out of plastic. It's not like the old metal trucks that you could hang off of the doorknob. So there you go. It's done. It's in. Ready to go. Time to go to work.